So, hello, senior high school students. Welcome to our philosophy subject or our subject Introduction to Philosophy of the Human Person. Okay, so since today is your philosophy day, I just want the class to just sit back, relax, and just enjoy learning. So, before we proceed to our new topic for today, let's have a simple recall or review to the topics we have discussed last time. So ano nga ba yung ating napag-usapan last time? Ano po kaya? Okay, so napag-usapan po natin yung word na transcendence, including the possibilities and limitations of it. Okay? So I want you class to assess and evaluate yourself based sa kung ano nga ba yung mga naalala or natutunan nyo. Kung may stock knowledge, mas better. Pero kung wala, try natin balikan yung mga alaala ng nakaraan sa ating previous topic. So I want the class to identify the correct answer in each statement that's flashed to your screen. So, ready na ba? Okay, kung ready na po, kindly continue watching this video. Okay, so number one question for our review. The question is this one. It is the ability to surpass limits. Okay, I'm giving you 10 seconds to think twice about your answer in this question. And your 10 seconds is now officially started. So, very good, no? Ano kaya yung tamang kasagutan para dito? Tapos na po ang ating 10 seconds, kaya let's reveal ano nga ba yung tamang kasagutan. So, for this number one question, the correct answer is, yan, transcendence. Para sa mga sumagot ng transcendence, very good agad-agad. And tama ang inyong kasagutan. Next, pawaro naman sa ating pangalawang katanungan for our second question. Number two, which statement reflects limitations of transcendence? Is it letter A, wealth, letter B, high IQ, letter C, good health, or letter D, it is disability? So once again, I'm giving you 10 seconds to answer this question. And your 10 seconds is now start. Ayan, so tingnan natin, tapos na po ang inyong 10 seconds. Tingnan natin kung ano ang inyong mga kasagutan. Okay? So for this question, let's reveal the correct answer here is letter D, which is disability. So once again, para sa mga tumama ang kanilang kasagutan at sinulat ang kanilang sagot sa kanilang mga notebook, very good dahil disability po ang kasagutan. Okay? For the last question, let's see kung ano nga ba ito. Okay, number 3, which statement does not reflect transcendence? Is it letter A, working hard to get what you want? Letter B, sleeping late at night to finish the work? Letter C, spend more time on Twitter? And letter D, learn new skills needed to reach your goals. So again, I'm giving you 10 seconds for this and yung 10 seconds niyo ay magsisimula na. So kindly write your answer on your notebook. Okay, so tapos na po yung ating 10 seconds for this last and third question. So let's reveal if your answer is really correct. So let's observe honesty while checking your own paper. No? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, i-assess ninyo and i-evaluate yung sarili nyo kung may stock knowledge nga ba talaga at kung naunawaan ang lesson natin. Okay, so for this last question, the correct answer is letter C. Spend more time on Twitter. Does not reflect the word transcendence. Kasi nga, ang transcendence, it is our ability to surpass our limits in life. Okay? And it comes from the root word trans, which means go beyond, and scandare, which means to climb. So, yung word na ito, yung spend more time on Twitter, it doesn't reflect the word transcendence. Transcendence, okay? So, tingnan natin later on kung marami nga ba ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot para sa question na ito. Okay? So, kung sa palagay nyo, nasagot nyo ng tama at na-perfect nyo ito, well, congratulations! Dahil naunawaan nyo nga yung ating previous topic. Okay? So, kung naunawaan nyo siya, let's proceed to our new topic for today, and that is Module 4, which talks about the environmental aesthetics. Okay? But before we start to elaborate the word environmental aesthetics, I have here another set of picture. This is one of your activities. Now, another picture and at the same time question, and I want you class to answer it based sa inyong observation and experience. So for number one question, describe what you see. Ano nga ba ang meron sa dalawang picture na ito? Next, number two, what or who causes the disorder or order in the environment? And last question, which place you will choose to live and why? Okay, pakiiwan po ang inyong kasagutan sa ating comment section and later on, I will call students na magbabasa ng kanyang kasagutan for these three questions. Okay, so I'm giving you, let's just say, 20 seconds for this, and then later on, I will call students who will share their answer in class. Okay, your 20 seconds is now officially started. Ayan, so kahit na hindi pa tapos yung ating time, ay may mga students na sumasagot sa ating comment section about this question. So, isa sa mga sagot ng mga students na nandito is they will choose the picture na may mga trees and clean water. So, syempre, no, sino nga ba naman ang hindi aayaw dyan? Because the ambience shows na refreshing and it makes ourselves calm and comfortable enough, di ba? Okay, that's good. And the other hand, with regards naman sa picture na yan, tama kayo, walang ibang magbibigay distraction dyan kundi tayo as a human being. And we are also the ones na magbabalik din nito to make it organized. Okay? So by the way, your answer is good. Sa mga patuloy pang sumasagot sa ating comment section, sige lang, sumagot po tayo regarding to this question. And because of this activity and at the same time your answer, yeah, it leads us to our new topic for today. And again, it is environmental aesthetics. Okay, so that's environmental aesthetics. So, umpisahan muna natin sa word na aesthetics. So, what comes into your mind when you hear the word aesthetics? And at the same time, what comes into your mind when you hear the word environment? Okay? So, para mas maunawaan natin ito to formally define those two words, let's start to define the word aesthetics. When we talk about aesthetics, it is the study or philosophy that deals with beauty and with human judgments concerning beauty. While on the other hand, when we talk about environment, it refers to our surroundings. Therefore, environmental aesthetics has something to do with the word beauty or kagandahan. Well, the word environment corresponds naman doon sa word na surroundings or everything around us. Okay? So that's the difference between aesthetics and environment, diba? So to formally define, when we try to combine these two words, na aesthetics and environment, mabubuo natin yung tinatawag na environmental aesthetics. Now, to formally define it, when we talk about environmental aesthetics, it is a philosophical view that believes in maintaining order of the environment that will bring out the natural beauty of the surroundings and contribute to the well-being of the people and other living organisms. Okay, so in other words, the environmental aesthetics lead us to see and appreciate the beauty of nature, including the awareness to our surroundings. And at the same time, ang purpose niya is how we human beings maintain order and balance to the environment. Kumbaga, ang environmental aesthetics, again, ito yung philosophical view ng isang tao na ang katwiran niya is to maintain order to see the natural beauty of our surroundings. Now, like for instance, even si Pythagoras, we know that Pythagoras is one of the well-known philosophers before. So, according to Pythagoras, he believes that the universe is a living embodiment of nature's order, harmony, and beauty. Aside from that, naniniwala rin siya about our relationship in the universe, which involves biophilia, which means love of another living things or other living things, and cosmophilia, meaning love of other living being. So here, sa philosophy ni Pythagoras in relation to environmental aesthetics, it shows na ang universe as ginawa to its natural way with an order, okay, with harmony and beauty. And we as a human beings, we are responsible enough to maintain the order na meron na ang universe. So, na-establish na kasi yan as it is, no? So, tayo as a human being, we are responsible para ma-maintain at maging organized itong universe na meron tayo. Like, we should show love to other living things or love one another for us to reveal, to see the nature's beauty. Okay? And that's what Pythagoras want to imply to us. No? And kung a-analyze natin, yes, may punto rin po yung sinabi ni Pythagoras. No? Isa pang philosopher that I want to introduce to you is Immanuel Kant. Ayan. Okay, so for Immanuel Kant, for him, beauty is ultimately a symbol of morality, which is, we're going to analyze it. It is true, di ba? Kasi if we're going to assess it, the term morality refers doon sa distinction or our ability to know what is right and what is wrong. Meaning, kapag ang morality mo bilang isang tao is dominated ng goodwill and doing what is actually right, of course, ang magiging outcome nun is maganda. Di ba? So, kung majority of us chooses what is right, it will reveal the natural and nature's beauty. So, kapag tayo, pipiliin natin na maging mabuti tayo, maipapakita nito yung kagandahan ng isang bagay. Hindi lamang po ang kagandahan ng isang bagay, kundi yung personalidad ng isang tao. Okay? So, morality. Sometimes yung kagandahan ng isang tao ay maiuugnay din sa kanyang ugali, sa kanyang moralidad, di ba? May mga tao na nakaka-appreciate ng kagandahan ng isang tao based doon sa kanyang pag-uugali, sa kanyang kabutihang asal, no? And yes, after trying to analyze it, that is true. Okay, and that's according to Immanuel Kant. He expressed that the beauty is ultimately a symbol of morality. Okay, so that's according to our beloved philosophers. No? And with the use of the perspective and beliefs na meron ang mga philosophers na ito, this will help and guide us on how to become a better person. And kung paano rin natin mabalance and mape-preserve yung natural beauty of our surroundings. So sana magkaroon na tayo, umpisa pa lang ng realizations about ourselves, no? And how to preserve the natural or the nature's beauty. Okay? So I am here, another activity, aside from the picture kanina, meron ako ditong story. And this story is about a true story of Greta Thunberg. Okay, Greta Thunberg and her greatest challenges with regards in being an environmentalist or environmental activist. Okay? So, bago ko muna basahin natin sabay-sabay yung story na ito, meron akong tatlong question na hinanda dito, and I want the class to answer this question as the story goes by. So, ito, basahin natin yung mga questions, no? For the question number 1, how old is Greta when she first learned the issue and climate change? Number 2, what is the abnormality that Greta was diagnosed of? Number 3, why Greta Thunberg became so involved in environmental activism? And if you were Greta, would you do the same as she is doing? Why or why not? So those are the questions na kailangan natin sagutin, no? And we need to answer as we started to analyze and read the story of Greta Thunberg. Okay? So para mas masagutan na natin ito at maunawaan natin ano kaya yung mga realizations, reflection natin sa story na ito, let's see at basahin natin ito na sabay-sabay. Okay? So, Greta Thunberg, born on January 3, 2003 in Stockholm, Sweden, Swedish environmental activist who worked to address the problem of climate change. She was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, an abnormality in social interaction that tend to focus deeply on one idea or interest. Thunberg's cause became climate change. She was 8 years old when she learned the issue about climate change. Since then, she became vegan and refused to travel by plane because both livestock and airplane emit large amounts of gases that contribute to global warming. Seeking to make greater impact, Dander, for almost 3 weeks, skipped school prior to the Swedish election in September 2018. Sit outside the country's parliament with a sign that stated strike school strike for climate change that for climate that action gathered global inspiration and take action against climate change. So that's the story about Greta Thunberg Greatest Challenge. Okay? So I know may mga na-analyze kayo, may mga sagot na kayo regarding to our question na splash kanina. Ay, ito nga po iyon. Now, I'm giving you 10 seconds to reflect and at the same time analyze your answer to these three questions. Okay? So yung inyong tatlong yung ang inyong oras ay tumatakbo na para sagutan ang tatlong questions na ito. Okay? So your timer starts now. Okay, so your time is already ended. And ayan yung mga sumasagot pa rin po as of this time, no? So let's try if you really answer it correctly. So for number one, or the basic question, um, number one, how old is Greta when she first learned the issue on climate change? So the correct answer here is 8 years old. So 8 years old si Greta when she started to learn the issue which particularly tungkol sa climate change. Now, paki-check yung mga papers niya or paki-assess ang inyong mga sarili kung talagang may reading with comprehension po ba tayo or talagang nakakasabay tayo sa ating lesson for today. Okay? So, number two question, what is the abnormality that Greta was diagnosed of? So, based on your answer, ayan, nakikita ko ba ang kanilang mga sagot is Asperger syndrome or abnormality sa pakikipag-interact. Very good. So see, tingnan nyo, even si Greta ay may kinakaharap din ng sarili niyang problem because she has the abnormality when it comes to social interaction. But see, nakita nyo, ino-overcome niya ito and at the same time, ina-express niya pa yung kanyang sarili when it comes on this issue about climate change. Ayan, so nakakabilib, di ba? Okay, on our part, kung tayo man, si Greta. Next, number three, why Greta Thunberg became so involved in environmental activism? And if you were Greta, would you do the same as she is doing? Why or why not? Okay, for this last question, later on tatawag tayo ng mga students or para para basahin yung kanilang sagot kasi medyo mahaba-haba ang mga kasagutan para dito. Okay? So, dahil po dito, in connection to your answer and dito sa activity na ito, yung purpose din na ginagawa ni Greta Thunberg to take an action sa mga nangyayari sa paligid natin. And that way, this will lead us to open our eye to the word sustainable development. So again, this will lead us to open our hearts, our minds, and our eyes to the word sustainable development. So when we say sustainable development, anyway, congratulations and thank you so much sa mga nag-participate and um, later on, titingnan natin, babasahin natin yung inyong mga sagot when it comes to number 3 question. So mga sumagot ng tama sa number 1 and 2, congratulations and thank you so much. Okay? So now, in connection to your activity, we have this what we call sustainable development. Now, when we say sustainable development, it focuses on reconciling human activities and economic development with the protection of the environment. And yan, specifically, when we say sustainable development, it is also a way or paraan para ma-organize ang isang society, including the environment, so that it can exist in the long period of time or mas mahaba pang panahon. Katulad ng ginawa kanina ni Greta, di ba? So, dahil dun sa action na kanyang ginagawa, yung way or yung paraan niya para ma-organize yung members ng society para para mag-reconcile, para maprotektahan yung ating environment, napagtuunan din ng pansin. Hindi lamang po yung poverty, hindi lamang po yung government, but of course, the environment. Dahil mahalaga ito, dahil ito yung, dito tayo gumagalaw. Dito tayo kabila. Okay? And this means na we need to preserve the environment and natural resources na meron tayo ngayon to maintain the social and economic equity or to balance it. Now, like nowadays, according sa isang research, every Filipino wastes about 3.2 kilograms of rice every year. So just imagine, no, it goes directly to the so just imagine, no, yung 3.2 kilograms na yun is marami na pong kayang pakainan. Kaso, it goes directly to the waste. Kaya nga kung alam mo naman yung tama, make it realistic to conserve and preserve everything na meron tayo. So tayo dahil kayo ay student pa lang, no, pwede tayong gumawa ng way or ng mga paraan on our own para ma-develop ma-develop and at the same time um, makatulong tayo sa environment natin. Simulan po natin sa ating 3 hours o 5 hours. And kapag ginagawa natin to, matagal na natin itong ginagawa, pwede nating ma-influensyahan yung ating pamilya. Pwede rin po yung ating mga peer groups na kinabibilangan. At dahil doon, kapag lumaki na, marami nang gumagawa ng ganung bagay, on the long run, makikita natin yung kagandahan, yung beauty ng nature and environment na ginagalawan natin. Okay? So now, may tatlong important principles ang sustainable development. Ano nga po itong tatlong important principle na ito? And those are the environmental integrity, economic efficiency, and lastly is equity. Okay? Start tayo sa environmental integrity. Environmental integrity means that human activities should not unduly disrupt the ecosystems and human communities located in the area. Okay? So from the word itself na integrity, which represents our strong moral principles to do what is actually right. Meaning, kung gusto mo, mapaganda, mapaganda talaga yung isang society, maging organized at ma-achieve yung sustainable development, make sure na balance ito. Kumbaga, sundin mo yung goodwill. Don't make problems or disturbances na kalaunan is pagsisisihan rin natin. Kasi at the first place, alam mo naman na kung ano ang tama. Which is, wag i-destroy yung ecosystem. Tumulong, no? Dun sa mga programs, sa mga laws na meron when it comes to developing of our ecosystem and preserving our ecosystem. So, kung majority of us, ganyan yung mindset ba? Yung mindset ba? Okay? Well, magiging maganda yung outcome ng environment natin. I mean, makikita natin what is the natural beauty, no, ng ating kapaligiran. No, next is the economic efficiency. No, ano po ito? Economic efficiency means prudence and decision making on the use of resources to ensure that there is minimum to zero waste. Yan. So therefore, ang economic efficiency is concerned with the production and distribution of resources. So kumbaga, we need to use our proper decision making and the reasoning for us na ma-ensure na kahit papano is males yung tinatawag nating food waste or overall waste na meron tayo. No, hanggang maaari nga sana is zero waste. Kaya sana we know naman, alam natin ever since yung 3 hours, yung 5 hours, sana doon pa lang, no, magkaroon tayo ng proper decision making na implement natin ito sa ating mga kanya-kanyang tahanan. And with that, maaari nating ma-influensyahan yung ating pamilya, yung ating mga kaibigan, yung ating mga kapitbahay kung paano nga ba yung tamang segregation, and at the same time, paano tayo makakatulong, no, sa ating environment. Pwede naman kung malapit lang yung inyong bahay sa eskwelahan, pwede namang lakarin nyo na lang. Then, no, tipid na kayo sa pamasahe, no, ano pa, nakabawas pa kayo doon sa pag-emit ng pollution ng air ng gases ng mga ng air pollution. No, I know marami pa kayong alam and na pwede nating gawin para kahit papaano is makita natin kung ano nga ba yung kagandahan ng ating ecosystem in the long run. So, later on in our next video, mapag-uusapan pa natin ng mas malalim ano pa yung pwede nating gawin with the use of our prudence and with the use of our decision making. Okay? So that's economic efficiency. Again, when we say economic efficiency, ang goal natin dito is kahit pa paano or mawala sana yung mga yung ma-ensure natin na there is minimum to zero waste. While lastly is equity. So when we talk about equity, equity demands that we use our natural resources in such a way that these are conserved for the use of the next generation. So here in equity, it means fair. From the word itself, equity, it means fair, or it refers doon sa proportional distribution of environmental benefits across all the communities so that no one bears so that no one bears a larger impact of environmental hazards or disturbances, and at the same time we use our natural resources properly by means of conserving it. No, like for example, in the Philippines, okay, in the Philippines, we have this Kyoto Protocol na nag-a-address sa varieties of environmental problems, no? And that way, nagkakaroon ng distribution, ng proportional distribution sa kung paano nga ba i-address yung mga problems when it comes to air, when it comes to land and water pollution. Okay? So, dito sa Pilipinas, we have this Kyoto Protocol na nag-a-address nga ng mga iba't ibang environmental problems. Like for example, is yung Clean Air Act, okay, Ecological Waste Management Act, and Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act. So mahalaga din maging yung mga animals natin, no? And the forest, no? Isa rin 'yon sa pinangangalagaan ng iba't ibang mga programs, agencies, and laws na meron when it comes to the environment. So that's what I'm talking about. Sa proportional distribution ng environmental benefits wherein it conserve and develop our natural resources by means of addressing the law. So isa yung example na yon, no, para ma-conserve and at the same time on the magamit natin ito or ma-preserve natin ito in the long period of time. So again, those are the three important principles of and sustainable development. These are environmental integrity, economic efficiency, and lastly is equity. Okay? So, nandito pa ba yung ating mga kababayan, yung aking mga students, kung nananatili pang nakikinig at narito sa ating session, I have here some set of questions pertaining to the lessons ng environmental aesthetics and sustainable development. Okay? So, I want you class to choose the best answer on the given statements as flashed to your screen. Okay? So, ready na ba? Okay, kung ready na, kindly continue watching this video, and this is the question. So, number one, it is the philosophy that deals with beauty. Is it sustainable development, aesthetics, environment, or letter D, economic efficiency? So, paki-type sa ating comment section ang inyong kasagutan or di kaya pakilagay sa inyong mga notebook. Okay, ano kaya ang tamang sagot dito? I'm giving you 5 seconds to answer this question. So your 5 seconds is now officially start. Okay, so the correct answer here is, let's reveal ano nga ba ang tamang kasagutan. Letter B, it's aesthetics. Very good sa mga nakasagot sa ating comment section ng kanilang kasagutan when it comes to this first question. Next, number 2, it refers to our surroundings. Ano po kaya ang tamang sagot? Is it letter A, sustainable development? B, aesthetics, letter C, environment, or lastly, is it economic efficiency? So, napag-usapan din natin yun kanina. Ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Okay, let's reveal. Okay, the correct answer here is environment. Congratulations and very good sa mga nakasagot ng tama sa ating chat box, sa ating comment section. and para sa mga students ko na nasa kanya-kanya nilang bahay, sa mga sumasagot sa kanilang modules at sa kanilang notebook, tama po, environment ang tamang sagot. Okay? So for the next question, for the third one, this refers to prudence and decision making regarding the use of our natural resources to ensure that there is minimum to zero waste. Ayan, napag-usapan natin yan kanina, di ba? Kanina lamang yan. So, ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Is it letter A, B, C, or D? Okay, I'm giving you 5 seconds for this, and your 5 seconds is now officially start. And now, tapos na po ang inyong 5 seconds. Tingnan natin kung ano nga ba inyong mga kasagutan. So, based on our comment section, the correct answer here is letter yan, B. It's economic efficiency. Very good sa mga nakasagot ng tama. Okay? Next, for the last question. Which of the statements does not reflect economic efficiency? So, meron na tayong application. Is it letter A, leaving leftover in your plates? Letter B, use biodegradable materials? Letter C, use overly packed products? And letter D, repair broken things or objects. Okay? So, lahat ng mga nandyan ay tama, no? Na magandang paraan para makatulong to have the sustainable development. But alin ba talaga dyan yung nagpapakita, yung does not reflect economic efficiency. Okay, ano nga ba talaga ang tamang sagot? Ayan, so let's see. I'm giving you 5 seconds for this. Let's see kung ano nga ba ang inyong kasagutan. Okay, so let's reveal the correct answer is letter A, leaving leftover in your plates. That's not, it does not reflect economic efficiency. Okay nga, 'di ba kanina sinabi ko nga hangga't maaari minimum to zero waste sana yung ating, ang ating magawa. Okay, so, typographical error po ay itong nandito. This is plates. Okay, leaving leftover in your plates. Okay, so ayan po. Anyway, ayan, that ends the part 1 of our discussion for today in environmental aesthetics and sustainable development. I hope na masamahan nyo ako hanggang sa part 2 ng lesson na ito dahil po hanggang lesson 3 ang ating module 4. Okay, so I hope na may mga natutunan ng bawat isa sa inyo, and thank you for watching and see you on my next video. Bye-bye, senior high school students!